How many times is this guy gonna get knocked out in one night? Okay, where are we? We are in Rattay Mill. So the last time I forget what we did. But we pretty much finished most of the quests. I think we did Besmirched. Oh, we finished Masquerade and we finished off Besmirched as well, didn't we? Let's see. Yeah, so Andrew is kind of unhappy with us. Does that affect the next quest? I don't know. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. The thing is, he didn't actually say that he wanted any share, right? So he probably expected it, but he didn't say it. So too bad for you, buddy. Clearly he won't have enough money to fix his elbows. Poor bastard. Now what I want to do is, there is a quest that is pending. You should be able to see. Here we are. I should have gone the other way. Anyway, that is Herman the Executioner. He is at the pub. Now the reason I want to speak to him is because he's got a quest. Basically it involves keeping his job as executioner. So yes. This is one of those quests that many people I don't think get to see. Because it is quite deep in the overall quest line. So in order to get this quest, you have to have helped Herman with pretty much all the other tasks. Let's speak to Hermy the Jeremy. Is he German? I don't know. But he's an executioner. Don't look at me that way.
What's going on? The folk in town are talking about you.
They shot on me. That's what.
From a great height?
What? Who did?
All of them.
Let's pull yourself together. No, that's too harsh.
Wait. Tell me again from the start.
All right, if you want. They caught Peter of Dauba, George Weiss, and a fellow named Harold that everyone calls Frost. They're scum who've been hunted for months. Now they've finally been caught, there's a big execution being prepared. Folk will come from miles around to watch.
Well, that's a good thing for you, isn't it?
It would be, if I was fucking doing it.
Oh, there you go. They took his jobs, man. Bloody immigrants from the next town over. They took his job.
Isn't it the custom for you to do all the executions in Rattay?
It is. Not just the custom, but by bloody right. You're not being replaced, they said. This is just a loan of Gallows Hill.
Uh-huh.
They really did fuck you over.
My words exactly.
So who's doing the job?
They invited Executioner Heinz all the way from Kuttenberg. They say it's going to be a big show. Have I ever fucked up an execution? I always behead them in one blow. And when his lordship wants to drag out a hanging, I leave them kicking for minutes. If he wants it quick, they're stiff as soon as I drop them.
Yes, he's got a lot of professional pride there.
That, after all these years of service.
Don't mess with a man's professional pride, even if it is executing people and torturing them. You know what? Not just anyone can do that.
What can we do about it?
Nothing. His lordship's decided, and that's that.
Ah, rubbish.
Nothing? You think they should be allowed to get away with this?
Well, no, but...
You have the right to executions in Rattay, don't you?
I most certainly do.
Then you're in the right. Don't tell me you can't think what to do about it.
The trouble is, they already paid the executioner and he's come here along with his assistants. We can't stop the executions. Unless Heinz drops dead on the spot.
Which
yeah.
we don't want.
Indeed not. The best thing would be if he fucked up the executions. The famous Kuttenberg executioner can't handle the job. The mob would laugh him out of town and beg me to take over. They'd never invite him here again.
Great, so how do we go about it?
The problem is, I don't know what the sentences will be. They'll only announce them just before the executions, and then it'll be too late to do anything.
These two things they're kind of stupid.
Can't we just get him blind drunk?
That wouldn't work. He's no beginner. And even if we did get him drunk, they'd just postpone the executions till he's sobered up.
Suppose I liberate the convicts.
Why the hell would you do that?
Well, it would be an embarrassment, and then...
Only for Rattay, you dolt. Not for the executioner.
You dolt. There you go. It was a dumb question. They're both kind of stupid questions, you know?
Would the bailiff know more?
Maybe. But most likely only Heinz will know the sentence. I've got an idea, though. Will you help me?
Of course we'll help. This is Herman, our buddy.
Great. Thank you, Henry.
So where should I start?
Find out from the bailiff what their crimes are, and then have a look in the Black Chronicle at the Rat House. It goes back before my time. You're bound to find records of some similar offenders in it. You need to find people who committed the same crimes, and came from the same sort of background, noble or lowborn. That way you can find out what the appropriate punishments are. Then come back to me, and we'll work out what to do.
I'll get moving.
And Henry?
Hmm?
They want to do the executions on my gibbet at Gallows Hill. I can hold them up for a while, but probably no more than a week.
I'll bear that in mind.
That is not idle talk, by the way, so if you take too long, then yeah, the quest will fail and Hermman will be humiliated. How about you, Adam? I think I gave him... Yeah, so there's nothing else to say. So I gave him his family's jewels and everything like that. Anyway, so Herman sits at random locations. One of them is potentially here. And by the way, these aren't his henchmen, right? These are the new from the guy from Kuttenberg. Yes, so occasionally sit there and Herman will complain about the executioners. So yeah, a bit ironic there. Anyway, we've got to speak to the bailiff. This quest is best done in the evening. It's about close to sunset, as you can probably see from the sun. Well, the quest is best done in the evening until about midnight. So from sunset to midnight. That is a bit of a hidden thing. But may need to purchase some poison and stuff like that. So I don't know. We may have to wait a day. And yes, by the way, also in preparation for this quest, while that guy gets dressed, I went and purchased the Dark Saxon Gambeson. This one is the stealthiest inner garment. I bought some leather gloves as well, just to mask our stuff. So if we take off the hat, the ring and scarf, then we'll be, and put on the Gambeson of course, we'll be quite stealthy. So we're 27 out of 100 and noise 5. You can be slightly stealthier if you take off your pants. So yes, apparently going pantsless is actually stealthier than going with pants. Lol. But yes, yeah. I was also wanting to buy the best, the stealthiest pants, but you can't buy them apparently. You have to find them from other people. Oh, he's putting his clothes. Finally, the bailiff. No, he's locked us in. We've been locked in prison.
I hear there's going to be a big execution here.
There certainly is. It'll be a glorious event for our town. They'll be talking about it for years.
Who's for the chop?
The biggest outlaws and reprobates for miles around. Peter of Dauba, George Weiss, and Frost Herald.
What did they do?
What didn't they do, more like? They caused trouble all over the country.
Well, it's a good thing they haven't caught us yet.
Who's this Peter of Dauba?
A noble who lost his fortune. He's been holding up merchants for months.
That's all?
At first. But then his gang started getting bloodthirsty. They wiped out a whole squad that was hunting them. He won't walk away from this.
Okay, so so the key things to remember with Peter is he's a noble, and he's engaged in robbery. And he has killed, but not murdered in the sense of, deliberately targeting an individual. You have to remember what they've done, by the way.
What can you tell me about Herald?
They call him Frost because he's always cool as ice. Until he starts. I've seen plenty of killers and thugs in my day, but that one's got the devil in him.
Why?
They say the only thing that'll put a smile on his face is the sound of screaming and weeping. That beast kills for pleasure. When they caught him, he had a candle made from the arm of an infant. For
Damn,
luck,
that is brutal.
Christ.
Yeah, back in the day, things were brutal. So anyway, he's a bit of a sadist, so you gotta remember that.
What about Weiss?
No one actually knows where he came from, but they say the murdering started with him. He never leaves witnesses. He'd rather wipe out a whole village than take a chance.
Okay, he kills, he robs, but he's a noble. And he's quite a torturer, sadistic torturer, so yes, remember those things.
Thanks, bailiff. That's all I need to know.
So,
God be with you.
we need to, actually, probably need to go to the shop. Buy some poison, because I don't think I have any yet. I know what this quest is like. Oh shit, he doesn't sell any poison. Oops. I'm gonna have to speak to the herb women. Let's go read the black book. So we know what the crimes are. So once we read the black book, we should be able to find precedents. There is another way to go through. One of the lower doors actually lets you in. But yes, now we have to read the legal records in order to find the precedent. And that will tell us what the likely sentence will be, right? And based on that, we'll be able to sabotage the execution. This is one of the best questions in this game. I love it. Because you can screw up majorly. and it kind of tests your ability to think. Let's see, can I go in? Uh-huh. Poor guy. I mean, I could talk to him. Yeah, let's talk to him. Let's see what he has to say.
God be with you.
And with you, good man.
Could I take a look at the Black Chronicle?
Indeed you cannot.
It would only take a moment, and I...
Do you have any idea how much it's worth? If I let one of you near it, next thing every yokel in the man to get in here.
Okay. The bailiff sent me. Speech is low. I'm no yokel. This one's rough. This will probably not work.
For your information, the bailiff gave us permission.
I'll take
Yeah,
your
fail.
word for it.
Fail. Yeah, this one will not work.
Thank you so much for your help.
Don't be insolent, and keep your paws off my books.
Let him go back to sleep. He's a bit of a lazy dotard. The thing is, this used to be locked, and we would need him to give us the key, but apparently not. Not sure why that's been changed. So yeah, he's not gonna get up. But if we do get caught in here, it's an automatic crime. And I have been here before. I think I might have picked a lock, by the way, so that's probably why it's open. Anyway, so we have to read the past legal records in order to find the precedent. Right, left behind no living soul. Okay, so if you look at, let's say, the 5th sentence, it says, and in the act did leave behind no living soul. So that corresponds to one of the guys. So that's that. His sentence was hanging. Yeah, just hanging. Okay, so in the next paragraph, let's see, commit robbery. No, that's just normal stealing. Burn down the haycocks, too. Right, so he did burn... No, that's not it. That is not it. Okay, so Kuben, called the Buck, Baron of Milititz. So he's a noble. So he did steal. Now, his sentence was death by the sword. He was put to death by the sword. That is his sentence for the noble, Peter whatever. Martin the Stag, to help them in their evil doing. They did kill 3 pregnant women and did cut from them their fetuses. Oh my god. Did medieval people actually understand the notion of fetuses? That is interesting. I think they might have just rewritten this in a bit of a medieval style. Yeah, if you look at the end in page 8, the next page, it says, the flesh will be ripped, the rice burnt down, and shall be broken on the wheel. So basically they're going to be executed by torture. Nice and slow. Now, yeah, so it's up to you to work out which one it is. So if you listened carefully to what the bailiff was saying, and you read carefully what's being said in the book, then you'll know what's what. Now the thing is, the quest does not tell you. So you can't just, for example, read the book like in most games and it says, oh look, we've got the answers. But yes, it says murderer, also nobleman, so we know that's death by the sword. Beast of man, making others suffer, that is death by torture. Cold-blooded multiple murderer, that is hanging. So the thing is, you can easily screw it up. So we read the book, but it didn't update the quest log at all. So it is entirely possible for you, the player, to screw it up. And there's very few quests in games that allow you to screw up. And the thing is, each outcome, so all of those sentences that were in the book, they're actually accounted for in the actual quest. So if you screw up and give the executioner the wrong information, he'll tell you the wrong information and you'll do the wrong thing. Then at the end, then you'll find out what the problem was. Right at the end, you will not find out sooner. So I appreciate that. That is a nice quest. Oh, he's gone back home. Ah, crap. Alright. Yes, we got him a wife, by the way. He loves... Although, why are they sleeping in separate beds? There you go. They've only just been married for a little bit and they're already sleeping in separate beds. Something's wrong here. Yeah, he's having nightmares. They took my job.
I need your advice.
He's having nightmares about someone taking his job.
And did you read the Black Chronicle?
Yes.
So tell me what you found out, and I'll see what I can come up with. Just bear in mind, I can help you work it out, but you'll only find exactly what you need in the Rattay Black Chronicle.
Yes.
Every executioner has his own way of doing things, and this bastard might have different methods in mind.
Okay, so you have to be... He's just reminding you that you have to know what you're talking about here. Don't just guess.
Peter of Dorba has many murders on his soul, but he's still a nobleman.
So yes, so there's options here that, were in the book, but don't apply to this particular case. So this one's drowning, being buried alive, 30 lashes of the rod, burning at the stake, quartering by horses. No. So we got this one. So it's this one. This one is for the other one. This one is for the second guy, and this one's for him as a nobleman. He gets the honor, quote unquote, of being beheaded instead of hanged.
His neck is going on the block.
That makes sense. His crimes are great, but he's still a nobleman, so he gets an honorable death.
No, so yes, you can definitely screw up.
George Weiss is a bloodthirsty bastard who left a trail of corpses behind him.
He'll be hanged.
He hasn't earned an honourable death. He's for a long drop on a short rope.
A murderer deserves nothing better. That makes sense.
Frost Herald is the worst of them all, sent by Satan himself. The things he's done would make a demon blanche.
So. This one.
The executioner will take his time with that one. He'll be begging to die. If I read correctly, it'll start with ripping the flesh.
Aye, could be. He deserves nothing better.
So, have we got everything we need?
We've covered all the possibilities. There's nothing more we can think up.
So, what's the plan then?
An executioner's greatest boast is to behead with one blow. That's why an executioner's sword needs to be a splendid piece of craftsmanship and sharp as a razor.
I follow you, but how can I get to the sword?
It won't be easy. The executioner's sword is one of his most valuable instruments.
Couldn't it just be switched for a different one?
He'd notice straight away. It's different than a regular sword, heavier with a blunt point. The balance is different too.
I could take yours and...
He'd recognize that too. An executioner knows his sword like the back of his hand. He'd notice as soon as he picked it up.
So I'll have to steal it, dull the blade, and put it back before anyone notices?
Yes, that's probably the only way.
That'll be interesting. And how can I dull the sword? Should I hack at a stone wall?
I thought you were a blacksmith, son. It's enough to cock up the honing. That will make much less noise.
So yeah, it does recommend that you actually take it to a grinding wheel and then screw it up. But there's something about this quest which is a bit screwed up if you try that.
That'll do.
But the quest does recommend that.
With ripping of the flesh, the bastard has to suffer, but survive as long as possible.
So if Herald drops dead right at the start...
The executioner will look like a fool.
But how can I make sure it happens?
I don't know. It depends on the skill of the executioner. An experienced one starts in places where there's no threat of heavy bleeding, the sides, the chest.
And the Kuttenberg executioner is definitely experienced.
No doubt. They use a kind of special tongs, and in between the ripping, the convict's wounds are treated so he can take more.
Drunk physician.
What if I get the one who's supposed to dress the wounds drunk?
Don't do that. It could be someone from Rattay, and even if it isn't, the blame wouldn't fall on the executioner.
So yes, there's a lot of dumb questions you can ask.
Maybe the tongs could be spiked with something nasty.
And you'd know what to use?
I know a little, and I might be able to get something.
That would work. Good idea, Hal.
That'll do me. What about the hanging?
If the rope breaks when it's done, it's an unbelievable disgrace for the executioner. Folk see it as the will of God, and sometimes he even has to let the condemned man go.
I'll shoot the rope through. Bloody William Tell.
I could shoot the rope through from a distance with an arrow.
Don't be daft. No, you couldn't.
But I'm...
Where did you get such a stupid idea? From some wench?
Or the
Even if you
movies.
somehow hit it, that rope's much too strong.
Exactly.
Well...
Exactly. Don't watch movies, folks.
And even
Don't
if
get your
you
ideas
did
from
manage
movies.
to shoot it through, Do you really think nobody would notice?
Maybe it's not the best plan I've ever
Yes.
come up with.
I certainly hope not.
Yes. Henry's watched too many movies here. Okay, how about cutting it?
Supposing I just cut it?
I doubt it would work. The executioner will check it before the hanging when he's preparing the gallows. He'd probably notice.
Yeah, it's too obvious.
What about switching it?
That could work. I've got an old rope here I don't use anymore. It looks fine, but it's run. It'll be perfect.
Great, I'll use that. That'll
There
do
you
me.
go. So that's all the information.
Thanks.
Alright, now you can go to sleep and have it. And his nightmares about someone taking his job. Maybe we should build a wall. Lol. Ah yes, the town already has a wall though. Anyway, so there's a couple of things. I need to get some poison. I may have some, but I doubt it. To be honest, I don't think I have poison yet. Although I may have picked it up and just forgotten about it. I don't think so though. So we'll have to go see the herb women. We may as well actually buy the recipe for the poison. Or we could just rob the herb women. That'd be horrible. Okay, so there's a couple of things. Let's see, what do we need? So we gotta switch the rope, gotta poison the flesh-ripping tongs, and we gotta dull the sword. Now the problem is that this is best done between sunset and midnight. Because the people that we saw, the executioner's henchmen, they sit at the inn until about midnight. Then they make their way back to the camp over here. If you try to do something after midnight, there'll be way too many people. This is a bit of a hidden thing. The only way you can find this out is if you sit there and watch the entire camp for basically the entire day, which I've done, so that's how I know this. But the quest log does not tell you this at all. The beheading sounds great. Let's just say that once we dull the sword, it will be like chop, 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 chop. But yes, back in the day, brutality was just a common everyday thing. Even up to say the 1900s, you still had public executions in Europe. So yes, don't think that, this is some kind of long ago, in a galaxy far, far away or some kind of rubbish. It ain't that long ago. You know what? I will go to the herb women, and I will, unfortunately, have to procure some recipes. So let's do that while it's dark. There's two herb women nearby, right? There's the one at Ledechko here, if the map will load. She's over here. Where? Here, she's over there. But there's also another one over here. Now, she's our friend, kind of. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up the hill, go through here, and actually we'll take a look at the camp, and we'll borrow some stuff from here. And then we'll come back and craft our poison. Even though we're not murderous poisoners, of course. No. Use poison us? No.
Yeah.
Here's the camp, by the way. So normally this is an empty shed kind of thing. So let's see. So there's a number of things. So it seems... Oh, actually no, it's not midnight yet. It's not midnight. They should be starting to make the way back now. There is a dog though. There is a dog. So this is the camp. Right now there's nobody there. The sword is okay. That's someone. Okay, that's executioner, and the dog wakes people up. The dog wakes people up. So the sword is... Oh, wait, there's multiple people. So they have come back. So they have come back. Yeah, so those are the execution... That is execution right there. Let's see. Would you like to talk? Oh, no. You can also betray Herman, by the way. But don't do that. That is just evil. That is just evil. So yes, there are options all around, and most of them are not documented. So you have to kind of think, what should I do? Unfortunately, so because it's basically, the people have come back from the pub, they're all asleep, and it's incredibly difficult to get past the dog and get past those guys. The game doesn't require it, but technically speaking, you should have to do the entire quest completely undetected, right? Otherwise, the executioner should smell a rat. So that means, not getting caught by the dog, not waking up anybody. That would be impossible to do. That would be quite impossible to do, I think. The game does kind of let you kill the dog if you need to. You can get caught and then come back, to pick up the stuff. But yes, there's There's a whole bunch of stuff scattered around the camp. So even if you, for example, gave Herman the wrong information and he gave you the wrong advice as a result of that, the option to take the wrong approach will be there. So if you say that someone's gonna get quartered by horses, there's an option to actually poison the horses to make them weak. The first time I played that quest, I actually picked up by mistake and ended up poisoning the horses, and you can't do that. And then I found to my surprise that when the actual execution came around, no, it was something else altogether. I was impressed because, you know, most games don't do that. Don't allow you to screw up like that. Because it's a lot of work. If you think about it, it's a lot of work to actually cater for every single option. And most players will not take, you know, the majority of options. Alright, let me put out my torch, and unfortunately, it is stealthiest to knock people out. If someone's there by themselves and you need to pick a lock, just knock them out. That is the easiest way. I may not be able to pick that lock. It's probably very hard. Because all of the shop locks, which this one is, yeah, that may be too hard. So let me get drunk. Because apparently getting drunk makes you pick locks better. Lol. Don't tell me how the hell that works. But it's one of those, it's a bit of a joke perk. So yes, if you go lock picking, you get luck of the drunk. So yes. It just says it'll be 30, it doesn't sound like much. It'll be 30% easier for you to open locks when drunk. But it makes a huge difference. Because the thing is, lock-picking locks is actually based on your lock-picking skill. Where are we? So 6 and drunk, actually normally you have to either be level 12 or level 15 in order to pick very hard locks. But if you get drunk, that reduces that threshold down. So in this case, a very hard lock, I can pick some of them at level 6. And the other one is level 12 or level 9, I forget. Either one. Once you get to level 9 or level 12, you can pick any lock in the game. As long as you get a bit drunk. Which we're about to do. This may not work. Oh, okay, so I can try it. So that brought the threshold down. So now I can actually pick this lock even though I couldn't. Okay, no. Yeah, I'll do that. Sorry, lady. I won't steal her from her, but I will take Artemisia. I've got that. Bane, we're gonna get. Actually, we can try Bane. Actually, no. So like it's poison. Yep. Lithian water, hair of the dog, embrocation, Dollmaker, Artemisia, and Bane will get at some point. I feel bad about doing this, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so Artemisia I've got, and Bane I should get. Did I pick up Lazarus? No, I didn't. Okay. So there's two things you get from what you call it. Oh, actually, let me. Now we'll craft the poison. We've got all the recipes, and I should probably read them by the way, since we're here already. But we also acquired a few books. The herb women and the apothecary in Rattay sell different kinds of potions. So all the stuff that's kind of illegal or illicit. We are slightly drunk as well, but that's fine. We'll just ride back. Hopefully we won't kill any peasants while we're drunk riding. Remember folks, drunk driving is dangerous. And yes, the game actually simulates being drunk by kind of tilting the screen. Let me go there and check out what we need. I know we need Herb Paris. What else do we need though? I forget. That's a problem. So one of the things I find troublesome is that when you want to craft some potions, there's no way to find out what the ingredients you need are until you actually come to the apothecary table. So that's a bit of a problem. And unfortunately, you can't hold a torch on your hand. Thistle and Herb Paris. 2 Herb Paris and 1 Thistle. That's good enough. Herb Paris. Oh, only 1. Shit. Okay, I may have to pick up some. And of course, I've got 21 Thistle. Yeah, right. Thank you. Anyway, let's go to the forest. Cross the bridge over here. Hopefully, I won't get killed. Because it can be bandits. So yes, you can actually spend a lot of time picking up herbs. It can be a good source of money. But the best way to make money is to get involved in drugs. Sounds rather nasty when I put it that way, but yeah. Making potions. If you make the Lazarus potion, which we'll get the recipe for from the executioner once we're done with this quest, by the way. So he'll give us both the Bane potion and the Lazarus potion. So Bane is the strongest poison. So you can use that to coat your blades and stuff like that. But, oh here we are, Herb Paris. Lazarus is the best healing potion. But yes, herbalism is a very powerful thing in this game. But yes, this guy is, he's kind of getting kind of wet. It's only Kunish. Alright, screw you, Kunish. We hate Kunish. All my homies hate Kunish. Here's the guy who beat us up in the prologue. And refused to pay his debts to our father. But he's completely broke, by the way. He is completely broke, so there is a bit of sympathy there, you know. He's scummy, but he is broke, so can't exactly get blood from a stone, as they say. There is an auto brew function, but it doesn't give you much experience. So if you're trying to get your skill up, it's actually better to do it manually. Okay, so we have to start with a base of oil. So if you prepare, it will automatically do that. But you can also, let's see. You can also do that. So for example, you can also add that in there, right? You can also, I'm just adding and removing belladonna. Now, unfortunately, the game doesn't have a custom potion function. I mean, the possibility is there, right? So normally you would just go here and just go here and just say prepare, and then it just prepares all the ingredients and stuff like that. But you can also do stuff like that, you know. And there's also enough granularity in terms of how things are done, how the process works, that you should be able to craft your own, you know, personal potions. But unfortunately, I don't think that they got to that point. So yeah, but the system does have a lot of potential, and I think this is one of those aspects that many people actually quite enjoy. So that was oil. Okay, so because it's 2 herb paras, the best thing to do is to actually get the 2 and put them in a plate or a dish. So yes, unfortunately, it's only 1 dish. So there is one particular recipe where it would be nice to have 2 dishes. But most recipes you can kind of get by either with 1 dish, putting stuff in the mortar, and then grinding it. So, but right now we've got two herb paras there, right? Yeah, so anyway, let me pick this up. So you can hold stuff in your right hand and then still do stuff on your left hand. So 1, 2, 3, that will bring it to boil, and then 4, that will boil for 1 turn. Put the herb thistle there. And I can do this, but it's not really necessary. And I will just go for 1 turn. But you can keep an eye on that. But also there is a bit of time between us putting the herb in there and twisting this. Anyway, that's cool down. And then put that in there. And that should be it. Get the file. So if you have a distilled potion, then you go there and then you distill it, or you just go straight to the cauldron, which will finish the potion. You brewed poison, and may God have some mercy on our soul. Let's see. By default, yeah, if you get the recipe perfectly, if you follow the recipe perfectly, or well enough to count as perfect, you'll get 3 in a batch. You can get perks to get 4 later on if you do it perfectly. But the higher your skill goes for alchemy, right now my skill is only 3, so I pretty much have to get it very close to perfect, which I did there. It's kind of difficult to mess that one up. But as your skill goes up, the margin for error increases. So I should never have to brew poison again. Any poison will do. And also, he's gonna complain. If I don't hold my torch, yeah, he was about to complain. He was about to complain. Yes, this game is notorious for guards complaining about you holding a torch at night. Because apparently back in the day it was a requirement. Because otherwise, you know, you could be a thief. Alright, need poison. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait until the evening. We have the rope. He gave us the rope. We're gonna have to acquire the sword and then return it. You only have to return the sword just before the execution, but it doesn't make sense that you take the sword and not return it for several days, right? Because the executioner would know. He would know that the sword is missing. So anyway, for role-playing purposes, I'll do everything. I roleplay that I have to do everything in one night, and hopefully not get caught. That often doesn't go very well. Oh, actually, having said that, there is a potion. There is a potion for sneaking. I should probably do that. Let me just look at the recipe. Yes, Padfoot. This one's very complex. So cobwebs, I've got eyebright, valerian, and chamomile. Valerian and chamomile are easily acquired. Eyebright, I probably have some in my chest. So 1, 1, 1, and 1 cobweb. This one is my... I think this is the one where you need 2 dishes, basically. Okay, so I'm gonna need a chamomile, eye bright, just 1. And valerian, just 1. And a cobweb. Actually, I should probably take... Let me take 2. I believe the guys go to the tavern at around 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8, I believe. So it's still during daylight hours. But the problem is that if you try to go to
get something to eat.
Yeah, the problem is if you actually try to go to the camp, the execution will still be there. So you do have to kind of wait for him to go to bed. So let's prepare that. And I need the water. Yeah, there you go. You can use the symbols to recognize it. In this case, this is a triangle with a point pointing down. Okay, let's see. Drop the cobweb and ever eye bright in the cauldron. That's a problem. Let's see. Let me try this. Can I drop the cobweb in the dish? Ah, shit! Ah, screw you, game. Okay, I was trying to put in the dish, but it automatically put it in there. Anyway. Okay, luckily there's no negative to that. The eye bright, it was eye bright, right? Sorry, let me just double check. What eye bright? Drop the cobweb and eye bright in the cauldron. Okay, great. They've got a boiler for 3 turns. So there's no penalty to this, but usually you want to kind of put everything in the dish and then put the stuff in the dish in there. In this case, it shouldn't be it. There should be no penalty to that. Anyway, so boil for 3 turns, right? Grind the valerian, add the valerian to the cauldron, boil for 1 turn, and then grind the chamomile. Okay, this is gonna be risky. So yes, there are some things where you kind of get forced into certain animations. Okay, so leave the cauldron to cool, grind the chamomile. So I'm gonna put the chamomile in the mortar. So you do have to understand how the game systems work in this case. Okay, so now as long as you put it in there, it doesn't matter until you pick it up. When you pick it up, you have to grind it. So not yet. So that's ground valerian. That's chamomile to be ground. Okay, 3 turns. Okay, so let me just check this again. Add the boil the mixture for 3 turns. Add the valerian and boil for 1 turn. Let it cool and then add it, but do not boil. Excellent. All right. We are there. Let's see. 1, 2. That brings it to boil, and then 1, 2. You can't, unfortunately, stack up 3 turns of boiling, so I have to wait. So let me pick that up. And slightly. And let's add 1 more turn. So that's 3 turns for the stuff. That is the 3rd turn, right? Okay, I hope I haven't screwed this up. Okay, yes, I screwed this up. Lol. 1 more. Now we may as well grind this. So yes, what I should have done is done a 4th tug in order to get it to boil for 1 more turn. So yes, that was a screw up. Yeah, that was a screw up. So I may not get 3, I'll probably get 2. Okay, now that, and add 1 more turn. Yeah, let's do that, leave it to cool. And as I said, still... No, do not boil, that's fine. That should be done, okay. So yes, I screwed that up slightly, but it should still work. Padfoot, yes, excellent. Now, how many did I get? 2, yes. I knew I screwed up. That's okay though. So everything goes up by 5 for 10 minutes. Which is kind of important in this case. You can't afford to screw up this particular quest. Anyway. So we have the Padfoot potion. We have the poison. We have the rope. We have pretty much everything that we need. Let me sleep for a bit longer. Oh shit. That counts as a crime if you hit people with your horse.
Yeah.
It counts as assault, by the way, so yeah. Not just any crime. I think the executioner's henchmen will start leaving at about 7 PM. But yes, they do physically walk over from the camp. Actually, do I have a lullaby potion? Yeah, I could get that dog to sleep. Yeah, you know what? Let me do that. Let me actually buy some meat. And then what I'll do is I'll lace it with lullaby potion and then we'll drop it for the dog. What will happen is the dog will eat it and it will not wake up. Okay, cooked horse meat. That is cheap as hell. It's not very good for me though. Yeah, it's terrible for humans.
I'd like to discuss the price.
But I will bargain.
Well, we can try it.
Can't have people thinking that, you know, they can take a whole groschen off me.
What about this?
That's a poor offer.
Oh, okay, he's standing his ground. Alright, fine.
I knew we'd come to an arrangement.
Sounds kind of funny when, yeah, you know, where they give up nothing. But yes, every tiny little bit of speech counts towards your speech skill. If you talk to yourself, that also counts as speech, apparently. So yes, Henry was a medieval streamer from back in the day. He's talking to himself. Here we are. I mean, here's the camp, so it's everybody. Yep. So those two guys need to go. So let's put on our super stealthy gear. And yes, as I tested before, 27, 27, 5, right? But taking off our pants is stealthier. 27, 27, 2. So wearing no pants is stealthier, folks. Remember that. If you ever need to steal from somewhere, yeah, take off your pants. They'll never notice me skulking about. Oh yes, put on my hat. I need to keep my disguise. You can actually listen to them. Oh no, that's just random conversation. So yes, they'll never know what happened. Okay, so they go patrolling. So when there's 3 of them, actually there's 3 people in total with plus a dog. Oh, actually, are they about to set off? That's 6 PM. They're going to the pub. They're going to the pub. They'll come back at around midnight or something, very close to midnight. So yes, perfect timing. Perfect timing. They physically walk into the pub. Now, what's left in the camp is basically 1 executioner and 1 dog. I need to wait for the executioner to go to bed. I think he goes to bed... Let me wait 1 hour. So people start doing things on the hour. Where's the dog? Oh, he's looking at me. I have been detected. Stealth failed. Stealth failed. Alright, I'll wait 1 more hour. He may go to sleep soon. Although I'm suspecting that it'll be like 9 PM. Don't growl at me or I'll club ya. Yeah? No, that's okay. Oh wait, what are you doing here? Oh, he must have gone patrolling. What the? Oh, it seems like it's... What? What? So maybe 1 guy stays back as well? Oh, so it must be 2 people then. Because 2 walked off. 2 walked off. That is definitely a thing. Unless he's also walking off. Although I suspect that he's patrolling. Yeah, he's patrolling. Okay, so maybe there's 2 people in the camp. Okay, so I suspect that the execution will go to bed at 9 PM. That's what I remember. So that gives us about 3 hours to do our dirty, dastardly deed of sabotage. For a good purpose, of course. Yes, see? There is no one there. Okay, now let's see. Can we lace? Lullaby potion. Apply. To... Here, cabbages. The dog will love the cabbages. Here we are. I feel evil. I feel evil. Uh-huh. Come on, you mutt. Oh, he's smelling. He's smelling. Be a good boy. Oh, he's moving. I have never done this before. I thought he was going to turn around and go. But... he actually ate it. Did I hear something? No. Anyway. Oh, he's face planted. I didn't know that happened. I thought that they kind of went to sleep somewhere. Okay, okay. Let me check out the rest of the camp. Is there someone patrolling? Oh, he is patrolling. He is patrolling. So as long as I watch out for this guy. Alright, so let me get that sword first. That guy is sleeping over there. Need to be careful. The other guy's patrolling. He'll take his time to go around the rear area. that's Hey, we've all been there, man. We've all been there. Okay, he hasn't woken up. Okay, excellent. Alright, so the next one is the rope. The rope is here.
That should do it. It'll never hold the weight of a grown man.
Oh shit. What? How? How did I get detected? Oh, of course. So what happens is that occasionally, the guy can... No, I'm not. No, lol, I'm gone. I mean, you can't just punch the crap out of them. That's one way to get them to go to sleep. Oh, that's rubbish game. How did he... Okay, so I think what happened was that because I made noise up there getting up, and that guy must have been patrolling the rear area. So yes, that's happened in the past. That's what I suspect. This guy's not up. Okay, so that was interesting. You know what? Nah. We'll leave the dog be. So technically I could, do my business, but I consider that to be a failure. That wasn't good. So yes, the guy can actually hear you through the wall. Although all I did was go up the stairs. Sometimes, it's a little bit too sensitive. Oh, I probably should have used my my pad foot potion as well. That would have helped. Anyway, let's do it properly, right? Let's do it properly.
That should do it. It'll never hold the weight of a grown man. If he tries to torture anyone with this, the lucky fellow will die quickly.
Oh shit, sorry. I was gonna say, so yeah, the reason why we got caught is because I was, I talked to myself when I changed the rope. I'm fairly sure that's the thing. So, sorry about that. I was saying so many scintillating things in my commentary, lol. But anyway, I was just talking about, why we got caught last time. Okay, so one of the things that happens is if I take the sword, even though it's, okay, the sword that's kind of stolen, I believe. Yeah, it counts as stolen. If I try to take into town in order to get to the grinding wheel here, the guards automatically search you. I don't know why that is, but they automatically search you. And it annoys the hell out of me. Because the thing is, you can't take the sword in. I mean, there is a way to get in through that to a door here. But the guards automatically know that you've stolen something. And that's terrible. I've been told that apparently this also works. If you equip the sword and bash it against something. But I've tried this in the past and it's just not good. Just takes forever. Look at that, 99. How long do I have to do this? Yeah, that's gonna take forever. So what I'll do is, the alternative that I've come up with myself. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna ride all the way up and then I'll use the grinding wheel and then we'll come back. So it's fine if you go elsewhere, but if you go to Rattay, they know that you've stolen something somehow. So I need to make it back by midnight. That's about an hour and a half, I believe. So anyway, very quickly, there's a grinding wheel here. And yes, you want it to smoke and spark. Yep, you can see the edge literally being dulled as I misgrind it. The easiest way to check is 0 here. Perfect. Sorry lady, just borrowing your grinding wheel. Shut up dog. What's the time? Oh shit. Time is of the essence. Fly, oh cheap horse. Although I think it is still better than pebbles. I guess that speaks about Sir Hanush's regard for us, or lack thereof. So yes, we get the crappiest horse in the game as a reward, quote unquote, and for saving the life of their lord of the town, no less, right? I should have enough time. I don't have to pick any locks. All I have to do is just get in there and put the sword back. That's it. Oh shit! Oh, that's them. That's Executioner's henchman. Literally coming back from the pub. Gotta go for it. The dog should be... Oh, the dog's up again! Crap! Just need to put this back. How many times is this guy gonna get knocked out in one night? How many times? Okay, weapons, execution sword, I'm done.
Hey, you couldn't chop the head off a chicken with this.
Maybe the dog is still asleep. Although... Okay, he's finally awake. Hey guys. Nothing happened. Hey guys, just minding the shop for you. Oh, that was by the skin of my teeth right there. But yes, poor guy got choked twice. Lol. Oh my god, we made it. Seriously, this part of the quest is really tricky. Okay, so once we speak to Herman, actually, oh, it's already past midnight. Because the thing is, when you speak to him, he'll tell you that the execution will take place at 2 PM the next day or something like that. But yeah, it's too late now. So we're gonna have to spend a day doing something. Okay, so I guess they fought again and they decided to change bits. Lol. About the executions.
Is it done? Can I let them get on with the executions now?
Yes.
Yes.
Now all we have to do is go and enjoy the show.
Okay, so the problem is, like I said before, that it'll be tomorrow afternoon, which means not this afternoon, but next afternoon. So, boo hiss. I'm gonna have to spend one day doing something. I could technically just sleep. But let me go up here. Let me go up here and check something out. There is supposed to be a secondary quest there.